Good day guys, this is the third day of my recording, and as I promised during the last time, I'm gonna start talking about the do's and don'ts of an interview. Remember, if you have reached this far, that means you have done fantastic during the whole hiring process. So you do not really want to mess up the last hurdle before you are actually being offered a role. So what's the first thing I want to talk about? Well, it consists of three things. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Go through the company website, try to understand what their strategic priorities are, how the company has evolved itself. Go through the job description thoroughly, try to see what the actual candidate's profile look like, and also stalk the recruiters or the hiring managers a bit. Literally go through their LinkedIn profile. Try to understand their strength, and maybe there might be things where you can complement themselves. So go through these before you get into an interview. The second thing, or the second do I want to talk about, be truthful during the whole interview, and it has to be consistent with what you have presented in your CV. I know sometimes you might want to stretch a bit and start overinflate yourself, but do not stretch it too much so that you be perceived as lying. Third thing, some of you might be already aware of it. If asked a question, always use STAR technique. So what do I mean by STAR technique? I'll explain that through an example. Let's say you have been asked a question. Explain to us when you are faced with a difficult scenario in past and how you have come out of it. So what is STAR technique mean here? Situation, the difficult scenario. Task at hand, to come out of this difficult scenario. Actions taken, so what were the tangible or real actions that you yourself has taken, and the result, the positive results which have come out of it. I know guys, it can be a very challenging question, so do not immediately start answering this question. Let that question sink in. Take 5 to 10 seconds before you start answering, and then you do a mind map before you actually answer that question. But at the same time, do not use too much time. Then at that point of time, people might lose interest in you. Now, what are the don'ts? One of the common questions which are asked in an interview is, explain to me a weakness or weaknesses that you have. So this is another instance where you have to manage tactfully. You do not want to say that I don't have any weaknesses, or you do not want to go and start vomiting all your personal weaknesses. You have to be tactful. You have to prepare before the interview how to answer a question like that. It has to be professional. It has to be something which the role offers for you to develop yourself. If during the whole interview, I cannot stress this more, you will be given 60 to 90 minutes maximum, and you have to present the best professional self possible. So do not start talking about your personal achievements or your personal self, what you are doing in your private life, unless of course asked as a small talk. You have to always use this time to present your best professional self. And do not at the same time start talking about or do not initiate salary discussions unless of course asked. And if you have been asked about a question on salary, be prepared. You should have done your research before the interview, and it's not just the figure that you have to present. You might want to present a range of that, and at the same time why you are presenting, the basis of that conclusion, it's, if I may put it in that way, so you should be able to back it up. And at the concluding time of an interview, majority of the times I have noted that recruiters would want to ask a question from you, or they want to give you the space to ask questions from them. So they might want to ask you if you have any questions. So use this time again wisely. Don't say that you don't have any questions. One of the common questions that I would probably ask is, imagine if I've been hired to this role, what are the top 3 priorities that you want me to work on? Something that's similar to that. Always be focused on the role, be professional. So that's it for today, guys. Until I see you next time, enjoy. See ya.